8 Weird Peppa Pig moments that shocked everyone. 1. Daddy Pig's big tummy. In the whimsical world of Peppa Pig, where animals talk, drive cars, and occasionally jump in muddy puddles, there's a recurring gag that has raised a few eyebrows: the constant jabs at Daddy Pig's big tummy. Throughout various episodes, Daddy Pig's size becomes the punchline. For instance, in one episode, Peppa sets the password to her treehouse as Daddy's big tummy, leading to a series of events where Daddy Pig struggles to enter, only to be told, "Your tummy is too big." In another episode, at the swimming pool, Daddy Pig says that he wants to use the diving board, to which Peppa responds, "Silly Daddy, your tummy is too big." While these jokes might seem harmless on the surface, some parents have observed their children mimicking this behavior. There have been instances where kids comment on others' bodies, drawing parallels to Daddy Pig. One parent shared that their toddler began telling everyone they had big Daddy Pig tummies after watching the show. When you think about it, it's pretty wild that a show meant for tiny, impressionable preschoolers would make Daddy Pig's big belly a running joke. In a world where kids' TV is supposed to promote positive values and kindness, repeatedly teasing a main character for his size is both surprising and, frankly, a bit unsettling. It's one of those weird moments that has left parents and critics scratching their heads, wondering if all this fat shaming might shape how little ones view body image and respect for others. I mean, come on. While Peppa Pig still manages to entertain millions of kids around the globe with its simple stories and muddy puddles, this recurring joke about Daddy Pig's big tummy is hard to miss. It sends a message that's not exactly in line with today's push for inclusivity and respect. Sure, a little laugh here and there is fine, but when it comes at the expense of mocking someone's body, even in a cartoon, it raises some serious questions. As much as we love Peppa and her funny family, it's important to keep an eye on the messages being passed along to the next generation. After all, what we see on TV can stick with us, and in this case, it's worth reflecting on whether a joke about a big tummy is really worth the laughs when it might also be teaching kids to judge others by their appearance. 2. Mr. Skinny Legs. In one of the most eyebrow-raising moments in Peppa Pig history, there's an episode that's come to be known as Mr. Skinny Legs. In this peculiar installment, Peppa befriends a spider, a seemingly innocent arachnid with legs so thin and spindly that it almost looks like a walking strand of spaghetti. To put everyone at ease, Daddy Pig confidently declares, "Spiders can't hurt you," as if that settles everything. But here's where it gets weirdly shocking. In Australia, home to some of the most venomous eight-legged critters on the planet, this line is like inviting a snake into your living room. Aussie parents and authorities weren't having any of it. They pictured a tiny Peppa, all bright-eyed and curious, getting cozy with a spider that could easily be mistaken for a miniature predator. The thought of children interacting with a creature that might double as nature's stealth bomber was enough to set off alarm bells. It wasn't long before the episode was banned down under, with officials deeming it too unsafe for young viewers. This episode stands out as one of those moments where the absurdity of a cartoon collides head-on with real-world dangers. It's bizarre and a little hilarious that a show known for muddy puddles and cheerful family antics would include a storyline so at odds with the natural world of Australia. In a place where spiders are more than just background decoration, Mr. Skinny Legs is a weird, shocking reminder that not all cartoon logic works everywhere.
I don't want Mr. Skinny Legs in the house.
3. Peppa Pig's seatbelt omission. Back in the early days of Peppa Pig, safety took a back seat, literally. In those early episodes, the Pig family was shown riding in cars without even the slightest hint of a seatbelt. Imagine hopping into your car and your parents never bothering to click you in. That's the animated norm in Peppa's world. Of course, for most of us, watching a cartoon is harmless fun. But when toddlers watch these antics and then start mimicking what they see, things can get a bit worrisome. Parents began to notice little ones trying to buckle up or not buckle up because, well, why would they if the characters on screen never do? The idea that a beloved cartoon could be implicitly giving a thumbs down to a crucial safety habit was, to put it mildly, shocking. Before long, the voices of concerned parents were too loud to ignore. Critics argued that even if the pig family lives in a whimsical world of muddy puddles and laughter, safety rules should still apply. In response, the studio behind Peppa Pig made a swift U-turn, updating the episodes to include proper seatbelt usage. Now, whenever Daddy Pig drives, you can be sure he's secured his whole crew with all the necessary clicks. Even in a world of talking pigs, safety shouldn't be taken lightly. Fourth, gender stereotyping concerns. Peppa Pig isn't just about muddy puddles and giggles, it's also about some pretty outdated ideas that have raised more than a few eyebrows. One of the recurring issues critics have highlighted is the way the show reinforces gender stereotypes. Take Mr. Bull, for example. He's the go-to guy for construction work. Every time there's a road to be dug up or a bridge to be fixed, Mr. Bull appears, flexing his muscles like he's auditioning for a role in a macho movie. While it might seem all in good fun, this constant depiction subtly sends a message that heavy-duty jobs are meant for men only. In countries like Spain, where the government is actively trying to boost female representation in traditionally male-dominated fields like road maintenance, this portrayal has sparked serious debate. Marta Serrano, a civil engineer and an official in Spain's transport ministry, argued that shows like Peppa Pig can unintentionally dissuade young girls from imagining themselves in roles like construction workers or engineers. It's a bit like saying, "Hey girls, while you're busy playing Tea Party, Mr. Bull's over here lifting trucks." Not exactly the inspirational role model scenario one might hope for. What's wild is that a children's cartoon, with all its charming quirks and silly adventures, can actually have real-world implications on how kids see their future careers. So next time you see Mr. Bull swinging that excavator, remember, behind the giggles, there's a deeper conversation about breaking free from outdated stereotypes. It's a weird, yet eye-opening moment that definitely shocks viewers and gets the conversation going. 5. Peppa Pigs. Ban in China. In one of the most unexpected twists in children's TV history, Peppa Pig, a show synonymous with playful mud puddles and cheerful oinks, got the boot in China. Yep, you read that right. A cartoon about a cheeky little pig and her family was considered too counterculture, too rebellious, and ultimately too subversive for Chinese audiences. How did this come about? Well, while most of us grew up giggling at Peppa's antics, some Chinese authorities saw something altogether different in her. In a country where conformity and order are highly prized, the show's gentle celebration of individual expression and even its subtle irreverence began to rub some folks the wrong way. Instead of inspiring kids to be well-behaved, Peppa's carefree spirit was interpreted as a nudge toward nonconformity. Imagine a cartoon encouraging youngsters to question norms just a little bit too much. For some, that was a recipe for chaos. The decision was so drastic that Peppa Pig was promptly removed from certain platforms, leaving her legions of fans scratching their heads and missing out on those adorable, muddy adventures. It's a bizarre case where a show designed to be heartwarming and fun ended up being labeled as a symbol of counterculture. It's like finding out your favorite comic strip hero is actually an undercover rebel. 6. The fireman controversy. In one particularly eyebrow-raising episode, Peppa Pig inadvertently sparked a debate when a female character was called a fireman, a term traditionally reserved for men. The oversight didn't go unnoticed. The London Fire Brigade, among others, chimed in to call out the outdated, gender-specific language. They argued that in today's world, where we strive for inclusivity, it's high time cartoons evolved too. Imagine tuning in to a kids' show expecting positive role models and then hearing a character labeled in a way that feels more like a relic from a bygone era. Critics pointed out that such language not only reinforces old stereotypes, but could also subtly influence young viewers to think that certain jobs are strictly for one gender. In an era where even superheroes are getting gender-swapped reboots, Peppa Pig's casual slip-up seems downright shocking. The controversy shows that even seemingly small details in children's programming can have big implications. For many parents and educators, the incident showed the importance of updating language to reflect modern values of equality and respect. This moment in Peppa Pig's history is a perfect example of how a beloved cartoon can sometimes get tangled up in the real-world quest for equality. proving that even in a world of talking pigs and muddy puddles, language matters. 7. Inappropriate online parodies. Just when you thought Peppa Pig's muddy adventures couldn't get any weirder, the internet stepped in with its own brand of madness. Somewhere between memes and deep-fried videos, a handful of creators decided to take our friendly, oink-loving pig and turn her world upside down. Instead of cheerful splashes in muddy puddles, these online parodies serve up violent, off-the-wall scenarios that could easily make a horror movie blush. Picture this, a twisted version of Peppa and her pals engaging in scenes that are more "what did I just watch?" than "or how cute." It's as if someone thought, hey, let's reimagine Peppa as a renegade in a dystopian underworld. The result? Videos where our favorite characters behave in ways that are shockingly inappropriate. So much so that parents have been left scrambling to shield their kids from this digital carnage. The bizarre content isn't created by the original team at Hasbro, of course. These are rogue productions born from the depths of the internet's most creative and often misguided corners. While some might argue it's just edgy humor, for the older crowd, it's hard to ignore the fact that these disturbing parodies are being confused with or stumbled upon by unsuspecting youngsters. And in a world where a simple cartoon is meant to inspire giggles and warm fuzzies, having Peppa Pig portrayed as the anti-hero of a grim tale is both hilarious and frankly alarming. 8. Peppa Pig Ice Lolly Design Mishap. Imagine biting into what you think is a cute Peppa Pig-shaped ice lolly on a hot summer day, only to have your brain do a double take. In a moment that could only be described as a design mishap of epic proportions, some sharp-eyed parents noticed that the ice lolly's design bore an uncanny resemblance to male genitalia. Yes, you read that right. Our favorite piggy treat was unintentionally serving up an adult joke in every bite. The reaction? A mix of amusement and embarrassment that quickly spread across social media. Parents couldn't help but share screenshots and memes, laughing at the bizarre twist while simultaneously cringing at the thought of unsuspecting kids being exposed to it. One moment, it was all about cute cartoon fun. The next, it was a cringe-worthy reminder that even in the world of frozen treats, design errors can lead to unexpected controversies. Manufacturers scrambled to explain the mishap, but by then, the internet had already had its fun. The incident became a wild, viral talking point, proving once again that in today's digital age, even a simple ice lolly can become the subject of heated debates and endless memes. It's one of those weird moments that perfectly encapsulates the unpredictable nature of pop culture, where innocent fun meets design gone hilariously wrong. So next time you see a Peppa Pig ice lolly, remember, sometimes a treat can turn into a shocker faster than you can say oink.